Hey everybody, what is up? Happy Monday, and welcome to Metal Saga Mondays, Episode 4, Redux, featuring Metal Saga for the PlayStation 2. Now, this will be the last Redux episode, because basically, after this episode, everything I'll be doing should be new in terms of the Let's Play, and I figured out what happened, in terms of my progression and why I was where I was before episode 4 in the Redux. Very basically, there is an abandoned building above where Bugsy likes to hang out, Bugsy the Bounty. And I just haven't explored that yet on this save file here for the Let's Play that I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and load that save data up. I promised Doge, or dogs. I asked last episode if people like dogs. And I'm still very much planning on featuring that. So I'm going to do the abandoned building and the other building. There's something really funny I wanted to talk about. So I have here today, I own a copy, I got it for like $20, the Metal Saga Field Guide by SoftBank Publishing from their series of the PlayStation 2 books. Now, it is a Japanese-only book. I can't read Japanese. Now, you're all probably wondering, why would I get a copy of this book? Because it's very visual, and so I can just look at it, and I can get a feel for exactly what it's telling me to do. So I went and I looked in it to make sure of the next thing I'm going to do, and make sure I didn't miss any like milestone things. One thing, which I knew was there, it's a vehicle. Hold on, I need to adjust my headset. Okay. So I knew about the vehicle being there. I wanted to get somebody to drive it first. You know, makes sense. But I'm looking at, it's like a 14-step process. The strategy guide is saying what to do and when. And I just wanted to share this with my viewers because I think it's really just absolutely absurd what it's showing the player do here. So it says at level 3 you should get your vehicle, the buggy. Level 5, defeat Trash Heap. Level 6, get your mechanic pal. Okay. It's a lot easier to defeat Trash Heap with a mechanic pal. I guess you don't have to. But I have actually tried. I've gone up against Trash Heap level 6 solo, and it did not go so well. So that's the first thing I disagree with in this guide. Then we have level 12, Yeah, wait, where's the D-mag in all of this? Because for all the vehicle gets, there's an actual picture. Okay, it's listed at the end. There's a topic about using the mine or metal detectors for finding other things. So it is included in the guide, but it's not like they just pass right over it and say to give the vehicle I'm going to get in the abandoned building to your mechanic character. Then it says level 12, get Doge, or Dog, whatever, however you like to pronounce that. There's something else for level 12, but it's totally in Japanese and it just shows a menu thing. So I'm really not 100% sure what it's trying to tell me to do there. Like, I'm not even sure what this is a 14-step process for. But all the way at the end, it says level 23, get your soldier class character. What? Like, why would you not do that as soon as you're capable? I mean, I guess I can see how I might risk going broke or something because of the soldier class skills, which I did mention in the last episode. But it's really absurd to me exactly what this guide is suggesting. I don't think it's absurd that the guide suggests to do those things. I think it's absurd when it suggests to do them, and at what level the player character would be. That's just super strange. So I'm gonna grab my vehicles and head straight for the abandoned building that I was talking about. I'm sorry to go on. I found something in my field guide, and it was really funny to me. So I hope you all enjoy my little critical analysis of the strategy guide. I wonder, I could do AI translation like Google Translate and find out if the guide says why to do those things at those times and at those levels, or ultimately what the player's going for in general. What I was just doing now, I'm checking my player HP or player character HP because I want my characters to have full health. I'm going to be on foot for part of when I'm inside the buildings here. And I believe I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it during my Redux of the Let's Play, but always choose to stay in the economy room. And always stay at an inn when you get to a new town, because you will get free items that come in crates or boxes like this. Look at that. Ice armor. I don't have to buy it or nothing. And there's also a super handy weapon in the abandoned building that I'm headed to. That I recommend any player get. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my vehicle teleport or dog system and teleport away to New Folk Town. I totally skipped a beat. I forgot. I wanted to welcome new subscriber Gamer Cal. I'm sorry, I fudged your name. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm glad you're enjoying the Metal Saga Let's Play. So to explain the whole reason I have to do this Redux, you might have already know this by getting to this episode. But basically, Scarlet, the Red Fox, she offers to help the original player character early in game by giving them information. She gives them the information regardless of what the player character says, or what the player chooses to say. But choosing to say no to her help will cause a whole series of events in-game to be disabled. And I was like, whoa, no, I'm trying to feature as much of the content in this game. I'm trying to feature as much of that as possible. I find it doubtful that anything worthwhile will come out of this. Well, we should still check it out. This place definitely predates the Great Destruction. Don't you think? I say, it's worth looking into. So we have two of the suits. They're chilling here in this area with the abandoned buildings. In the outside part, I don't think that there are any enemies that can be run into, but inside the buildings, yes, absolutely. Accidentally hit L1, or L2 instead of L1. Strange hilt obtained. I believe that is a key item in making a really good weapon. You can craft weapons and tank parts in this game. Subguns, SE guns, and main guns. It's not like you can't craft chassis. That would be really cool. There is a guy, Dr. Palm, who makes tanks, and he wants to be your friend. So, it's not like you get to make and design your own tank, like, completely full customized, but they give you some wiggle room to make something. And, like, it's PlayStation 2, it's 2005, so I think that's pretty cool. So there's an elevator here, but I'm gonna go through the double doors. And the buildings here happen to have these like weird blue orbs of glowing light that show up. And I've read that a couple of them will only show up like the second time you pass through a building, or like one or two of them tops, I think. But basically, I just approach them and examine them as I would any normal like item or hidden item in the game, and that will allow the player character to interact with them and get that item. So I haven't seen any yet. Keep searching these lockers. A hidden big metal that I always found it weird. It just doesn't open the locker. Like, okay. It's a really old calendar. Well, I wish it would say from what year, and that would give us some sort of a concept of exactly what year the Great Destruction took place. Like what year human progress was stunted by the actions of the AI known as N.O.A. Or just Noah, the supreme artificial intelligence being that is known as Noah. And I know, like, Levi is gonna hop into the comments, just like, join the Church of Noah, or join the Church of Polytank. And you know what I say to that, Levi? Hee-ho! Yeah, that's right. I gave it the Jack Frost. No regrets. Is there like, can I not operate the elevator? Okay. I pressed X. Right in front of it. That was super weird. So, I'm on the 3rd floor. I believe my vehicles are on the 1st floor. And this is a pretty small area. I don't think there's anything else here. And I like have the book within reach. Almost. It's actually just out of reach. Like, if I reach my arm, it's literally a foot. I can't get it. No. I can if I just move my ass. And that was not, that was not a real strain sound. I'm acting, because that's what I do. I need to go get my vehicles. I'm all distracted by making jokes over here. It sounded like I was having a real hard time taking a shit. It was a terrible, terrible noise that my body made. I feel like Tom Arnold, who hears Austin Powers in the first movie, which I just watched out of boredom recently. And he's just like, hey, buddy, don't strain there. You're gonna, blow your O-ring out. Drop a lung. And the subtitles say drop a lung, but I swear, up and down, Tom Arnold said, drop a lung. So I think I've filled my gross out humor quota for today. And I got my vehicles back. Speaking of, like, funny directions in strategy guides, this is one that I wanted to cover as well. So it's really, it's just funny to me that I would end up talking about two completely different guides, one being an authorized guide and one being unauthorized. But it's just a game FAQs. Is it not? No, it's the next building. So I'm gonna go and just do that, just to show what I'm talking about before I forget. But basically, the internet guide, if I remember correctly, it says to go north here, and then find an elevator, take the elevator down. But let me just show you something. And these are the instructions to get to the vehicle. Well, look at that! It's right there! All I did was enter the building and turn left. And just like that, I am awarded the Mosquito tank, which I have become pretty partial to nicknaming Skeeter. And finding this vehicle will trigger an interesting little first meeting with Rosa Belder, who hasn't introduced herself yet, so she says, I guess we weren't the first ones here. Nice to meet you. I'm Rosa Belder. Who are you? So, you're Hikari. I assume you're a hunter? I am too, though you probably couldn't tell by looking at me. I became a hunter because tanks really get my motor running. It's Vim! Vim from the Metal Max Discord. She is awesome. They are awesome. And they just know so much about tanks. You could go and show them a picture of, like, any tank. And she'll probably just tell you something nobody else knows. Now, I might be hyping them up a little bit, but that's how I feel about Vim, so I just wanted to give that, like, shout out. I'm sure they're not watching this because they're probably busy with studies. But, yeah, man. Just super impressive. I'd rather collect big tanks than waste time fighting monsters. That tank there is a Mosquito, by the way. There's supposed to be a tank around here, but what shall we do, Miss Rosa? And her little brother Carl, he doesn't really know what to say. Well, I don't need that tank, actually. It's not anything special. I guess he did find it first, so let him have it. Oh, sorry, you're still standing there. Yes, thank you for talking about us like we don't even exist. If I really wanted that tank, I'm sure you would have given it to me. No. Can I like nickname Rosa Karen? I mean, what the hell is that? I found the tank. What? The more I read the statement, the less serious I take her. But I'll give you a break, and we'll just say you owe me one. Yup, that's right. I owe you one. See you again soon. What a crazy, like, self-absorbed person. So, I'm gonna have Charlie drive the Skeeter, but, I don't think, yeah, I don't think it has weapons equipped to it, but she's a soldier class anyway, and I'd really rather use her on foot. Bags are scattered across the floor. See, I don't know why the game makes a point of telling us that. I've been wondering that for some time now. Am I slowly losing money? I think I might be, which is unfortunate. So that's one of the reasons, really the main reason, if you ask me, why the game would, or the guide for this game, would recommend not getting a soldier class character when you still have the abandoned building to explore, and I have previously gone and gotten the vehicle first. Now, it's really hard to see, but there is like a hidden shiny object there. Let's see if this locker, this fell locker, has anything in it. Nope. And I'm going to proceed up on the stairs. And explore this next floor here. Thankfully this area is not too big, because I'm really not trying to dedicate the whole episode to just this abandoned building. Yeah, I think I'm losing money when I fight like 1 or 2 enemies, so it should be, to prevent loss, I should be fighting groups of 3 or more enemies. That would be preferable. Get some more walkers to explore over here, and I guess like the use of the elevators in here, I don't believe that the elevators take you to anywhere that you can't just access otherwise. So to me the basic point is, like, you can ride your vehicles up on the elevators, and your vehicles can't go upstairs. Like, I don't think I'm missing anything, you know, conceptual there. Going up to the 3rd floor. So I guess it's the 2nd building, I imagine, that has the item that I'm hunting for. Okay, I already have a revolver on my character. And that would be more of a deficit to Tom Cruise, legendary actor Tom Cruise. Excuse me. So we have these emptied out cubicles here. There is a switch over yonder, and you bet your buttons that I'm going to be pressing it. I really enjoy the, like, music in the abandoned building and, abandoned, like, science lab areas. I just think it's really cool. I mean, a lot of the music in the Metal Saga and Metal Max games are awesome. Now, if you were paying attention, you might have noticed that I just got rice as a reward for defeating those enemies. That's because they were rice cookers turned into turrets. Oh, okay, so this is the Switch. Even people who've played this game much more than I are not really sure if the Switch has a function. Like, it says that it's either booting up or booting off a security system. And it's not really, like, a dead takeaway if it does anything. Like, I'm not running into more enemies now. And I don't believe any players of this game have found, like, previously undiscovered enemies after flipping the Switch. Even the 3 times guide says, not sure if this button actually does something or not. So, yeah, neither am I. Like, as far as when the weekly target changes, I'm dead set convinced that it's percentage of map explored. I used to say it had to do with landmarks and going into towns, but I've disproven that. I've debunked that theory. It's definitely not time. I've debunked that too. So I believe it's percentage of the map explored. And I don't know if that includes, like, maps that are rooted off of the overworld map, meaning, like, I'm in a place that's not on the overworld map now, but it still has a map. Does exploring these maps count? So, like, not to go and poke holes in my own theory, but that's sort of the whole point of it being a theory, is it's a developing concept of what the game is doing to determine the actual in-game mechanic. Now, if I knew, it wouldn't be theory. Okay, I see another hidden orb thingy here, or maybe just some of them are glints of light. Like, I do think there's supposed to be another one down here in this area. I have to get out of my vehicle to attack, because as I previously indicated, my soldier class character, Cheryl, does not have, or Charlie, I've named her Cheryl before. Charlie does not have, artillery on her vehicle yet. Okay, obtained a flight jacket. That might be decent armor for this point in the game. I'll have to check what my characters have and compare. Not better than the leather jacket. And, Tom Cruise already has a flight jacket. Oh, you fancy, huh? Alright, switch out the denim overalls for the flight jacket on Charlie, my soldier class character. And continue exploring the rest of this building on foot, because there's no way I'm going to be getting a tank behind the counter. Okay, leather gloves. Probably better than the work gloves, absolutely. Alright, I received a thunder grenade, but my inventory is full. That will definitely serve as a problem. So I'm gonna look at my inventory and see what I can get rid of that's, like, not really worth anything. Probably the work gloves. You know, they won't sell for much. Yeah, I absolutely want to be getting that weapon, the Zapper, but that's not the super cool, super helpful weapon that I was talking about being here. Alright, I'll go ahead and organize my items by type. Weapons do tend to sell for more than just like low-ranking equipment, so I'm just gonna try and get rid of like these denim overalls, the work gloves, the sneakers. So I now have 5 empty spaces in my inventory to pick up items. Hopefully I won't have like too many encounters that'll cause my inventory to fill up again real quick. Let's see about equipping that zapper. Okay, it's an electric weapon. It does the same amount of damage or yields the same attack as the revolver I had equipped. Yeah, I know the door is locked. I'm trying to find the switch. I think I missed a door. It's definitely not in the basement. Okay, there's another series of doors over here. Because it can't just be one door that leads to nothing. I mean, that's like that fake doors, dude, from Rick and Morty. Fake doors! Everybody come on down! We got real fake doors for sale. I love the... As Morty himself calls it, the almost, improvisational tone of interdimensional cable and television. Just like, Answer My Eyes Johnson. Who can't see a thing. He also can't feel anything either. If you listen to his entire diatribe. A small shoe is buried in the debris. Now, unfortunately that doesn't mean anything. It's just like this weird... I mean, I guess it's symbolic that we're in, like, an abandoned, sort of post-apocalyptic world where people are only huddled into isolated towns because of all of Noah's creations, and, you know, as a result of the Great Destruction, or you may not know, because this is a really interesting game. Hell yeah, I'm gonna press the switch. If you didn't know better, you'd say you heard a door unlocking. Sweet. Okay, so... another hidden big metal. Another item in a crate. The boomer wrench. That's what I came down here for. So, the boomer wrench is a super useful item. Look at that. Ranged weapon, mechanic only, anti-aircraft. And I believe it also hits enemies in hiding. So the boomer wrench has actually been a weapon since the original Metal Max game, the very first Metal Max for Famicom. Yeah, it definitely... It hits all enemies. It hits enemies in shelter or hiding, I believe. So at this point in the game, and for a while I would say, it's actually one of the most useful on-play items that a player can gather up. So now I go all the way back downstairs and run up to this other door behind the administrative counter. They have like 4 computers. What were they doing in this building? And I think it's right here on the 2nd floor. So before I go and get Doge and explore the next building, I'm definitely going to want to be, I did the wrong thing. Because I didn't think Tom Cruise was going to attack first. I'm definitely going to want to sell all of my raw materials to a bartender to get some money there. And, I'll be wanting strange sheath obtained, but my inventory is full again. Yeah, just to clear my inventory. That's the main thing here. So I guess I'll stop by Junkyard and drop some things off too. I think like the most disposable thing I have is just a plain healing capsule. And I would say, what I should have done, I should have checked my party. I always do when I have Doge and a full inventory. I'm like, oh, hold on. Let me heal my buddy. And then pick up that item. What if you worked on the end there, and like one day you just lean too far over your counter, you'd fall down that ramp? I feel like OSHA needs to be alerted, because that's a violation. As Brian David Gilbert of Polygon would say. Alright, hop back into my vehicles. I believe I got everything in the 3 abandoned buildings here. I definitely got the things that I came for. And yeah, I guess I'll just head into New Folk. I'll sell my things to the bartender. No. I'll teleport to Junkyard. Because then I can hit my item storage as well. So yeah, earlier this episode I mentioned crafting, and that's something I haven't really done during the Redux of my Let's Play, so I'll have to incorporate that back into like the series. And I'll have to check my inventory for scrap armor for the armor trade, because that's important too. Okay, wow. So like with no warning whatsoever, I'm all of 3 hours into my game, and there it is. There is the Derringer Jack sequence. Spoilers, but yeah, it can happen. Like, I didn't talk... Well, no, I talked to Cowboy Wayne, but I didn't talk to him down in the sewers later in the game. It's like all weird to me. It just seems to happen sometimes. But Jack starts this conversation. He says, "Hey, kid, you seem to..." Huh? And now a couple of hunters, or bounty hunters, rush in. And yeah, I didn't even see the wanted poster. Man, I have to show this to people on the Discord. This is crazy, but I'm really happy to be capturing it and talking about all the things that I did today. So maybe I'm not going to get to Doge. Like, I'm just throwing a curveball here. So I apologize for that. I'm 40 minutes in, and like this might take a minute. Derringer Jack, I presume? We just want the reward, not your life. So don't resist and we won't kill you. Probably. I think you're after the wrong guy. Of course you'd say that. Look, we're not stupid. I see how it is. How about this? And they've kidnapped Jack's daughter, Rachel, to use as leverage against him. And she said, "Dad, help! Ugh, let go of me!" Rachel? Oh no. I know. My buddy Rico is going to watch this. He's going to immediately think of Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. What's the director's name? Bruce Nolan, I think? It's Rachel! He just, for a while, he had this ongoing Office joke. And, yeah, I thought of it now too, so I guess I'm in on it. You are Derringer Jack, right? I'd hate to do all this to the wrong guy. Ugh. Fine, be stubborn if you want. If you care about your daughter, though, you might want to step outside and take care of this like a man. This is my problem, kid. Don't follow me out there. This sounds serious, Hikari. So, against his recommendation, my player character or hunter character just goes ahead and follows him out. To which we find Jack has already disposed of the hunters that were after his wife. Rachel, clearly concerned, says, Dad, he's tough. When did we even get hit? Hey, you're a hunter, right? Help us. This guy is crazy go nuts. What? Is that a phrase? Is that? Oh my gosh. I love today's episode, it's great. I've been a fool to think this gun was just for self-defense. I just couldn't throw this gun away. It's that simple. I dreamt of a normal life without blood and gunpowder. But that dream is over now. That's also simple. It's just how the world works, kids. I don't know why I added plural to that. There's a wanted criminal here, and there are hunters. Which side are you on? So previously I had chosen to defeat him, which I'm gonna be honest, I have no possible way of surviving that right now. So these two options are not in my best interest, and they'll also ruin a later series of events in the game. So I'm gonna let him go by choosing, you're my friend. I see. You're too lenient. I don't know how you survived this long. I'm sorry, Rachel. I won't be able to see you for a while. I'll be back someday, though. Wait for me, okay? No, Dad, what's going on? Nina will take care of you. Rachel's in your hands now, Hikari. And he runs off, she shouts Dad, and I guess that's that. I'm not going to be seeing Jack again for a while, which is really unfortunate. I had this gut feeling. Like, you could probably tell if you played back about 10 minutes ago, I said, well, I'm going to go to New Folk, but I got to go to Junkyard for item storage. So I wanted to do this one-stop shopping bit, and I knew the risks. I absolutely knew what could happen. So I guess there's going to be a key event conversation with the player character's mother, Nina, now. I'm not close enough. What happened to Jack? I see. I just can't believe Jack could be a criminal. It must be some mistake. Who would put a bounty on his head in the first place? He's wanted for murder, for murdering a man in cold blood. That's why the bounty was posted. I hate not being able to reach your father at times like this. Hikari, I know this is asking a lot, but I want you to help Jack. If anybody can find a way, I know you can. Please? So this is really cool for me. I'm actually having like first-time conversations with characters in this game from choosing new options. So like I understand the negative consequences of the other actions. I don't fully understand what'll happen because I've chosen the option that I have now. I gotta go ahead and research that, like, after today's capture. Yeah, I've got, like, excess assault barrels. I do have some parts for making, crafting weapons. I'm seeing that. I'm not going to be able to use the strange sheath. And I thought I got a hilt. I totally did. I guess maybe I already stored it. So now I'm going to drop off big metals. I guess I have to go to another town to use the bar to sell raw materials now. I'm, like, really not sure. Like I said, I don't fully understand the consequences of the choice that I have made. But I do know that I did the right thing to be able to include, like, all or most of the content in this game in this Let's Play. So go ahead and give dude the big medals that I have on my persons. He takes them all at once. One big hut. Yeah, I'm just gonna start, like, making Dark Knight references now. Probably not. I'll, like, forget to make more. But let's go into the bar. There's a note hanging on the door. I'm closing the bar for a while. Rachel. Wow. Okay, so... spoilers, if you choose to defeat Derringer Jack, and should you succeed, the bar will remain open, but Rachel will be depressed and she'll hang out in the back and nobody will operate the actual bar. And the patrons will hang out there. They'll be depressed and upset how, like, the bar used to be a lively place and people will gather there, you know, for happy reasons. And, just, if that weren't enough to make you feel bad, the player character's mother also, like, straight out calls, your character a murderer, more or less. Okay, so Eddie emails the player character about Jack. Jack disappeared? He might be in Mordtown. Can you go look for him there? I wish I could, but I'm in the middle of something very important. Good luck, son. I'm counting on you. Alright, so that makes sense. I had mentioned Cowboy Wayne and the sewers earlier. The sewers are beneath Mordtown, and Cowboy Wayne is looking for Derringer Jack. So that's why Cowboy Wayne appears in the sewers, and I couldn't get him to appear there before. So it's part of this chain of event flags. And I feel like it's really important for me to get it all on capture the way that I am. Just so that people have, like, an actual, like, videographic reference point for, oh, that's where, you know, that's where that happens, or that's the thing that happens then. I'm all out of time here for today. It's, unfortunate. I did want to do other things. But I guess I'm just gonna have to save Doge for next week. I do apologize. But getting the Skeeter, I definitely needed to get the Mosquito tank. And the other thing, was really unavoidable the moment I chose to speak to Bartender Jack. So, Dangan Jack, you've asked me about the Derringer Jack event before. I believe I said, yeah, I think it can just be triggered randomly once you do, one or two things. And that seems to absolutely be the case. No, I want to illegally download music before I save. It's like... The developers saw Napster, and they're like, hey, that's cool. Let's do that to jukeboxes. Like, just walk up with a USB key. And I think I'll wrap up today's episode just by including a clip of Frog Race, because I think it's fun. And, I don't know, maybe I can make a little bit of money. Yeah, I'm gonna bet on Nelson, and now I have to decide how much. Multiplier of 4. So I'll bet 200. No, 250. So even if I lose, I still have 2,500. I'm really hoping for Nelson to win it, but I'm not. It's not like a sure thing, that's why it's a gamble. Yeah, see, Nelson just decided to take a little break halfway through the race. Well, can't win them all. And since I didn't win it all, I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of Froggy Race. So, with that said and done, it is time for me to save. My vehicles are safely stored in a garage to avoid bird poop and mushrooms, whilst I am not driving them. Where do I save? There it is. So, with that I say, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I am Doc Hikari, and again, this has been Metal Saga Mondays, Episode 4, Redux, featuring Metal Saga for the PlayStation 2. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Again, GamerCow, welcome to the Hikari squad. It's so awesome to have another viewer, and, you know, I just hope you stick around and enjoy what is on deck for the Let's Plays I am recording at this time. So everybody, stay awesome, stay safe, and have a great day. Over and out.